ask you, 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. I love Carmelo Anthony. I've always loved Carmelo Anthony. And then to see Rudy, I'm a Maryland girl. So to see Carmelo and Rudy on the same set together.
Maryland like DC.
Maryland like in between. How is it? What's the chemistry like? What is it like being on set with those guys and talking sports and listening to their stories?
I love that you asked me this, D, and I want to big up my guy, Mello, Rudy, our other hosts, Mero, and Kaz. What I love so much about Mello and Rudy, and I don't know if they get enough praise for this, is they are active listeners. And that's a skill that's not easy. But for them to already be the source of the knowledge and the anchors of the show in terms of their NBA experience, but still be willing to actively listen and engage, I feel so welcomed. I feel so respected. I love the chemistry of what they're building. I'm so honored to be a part of it.
And you obviously, to me, I took away from that. You feel like it's a safe space for you,
yeah.
And that's important. So I want to talk about how important it is to have a safe space when you're doing media or when you're in these male-dominated spaces.
So last year, and we're seeing it, a trend and a rise in interest in women's sports, right? But I think some folks are jumping in without sitting down long enough to listen and learn. I don't feel that way with those guys, right? I remember last year, one of the first episodes I did with them as a guest, the conversation was buzzing around Caitlin Clark. And while Melo has Olympic experience, he's not exactly well-versed in women's basketball at that point, but he took his time to learn. He's an investor in Unrivaled, right? And so I think in creating safe spaces, there's a level of respect for what you know and what you don't know. They have plenty of conversations on that show, and I'm like, I'm going to sit this one out, you know what I'm saying, y'all rock. Because we all should shut up some.
Yep.
Excuse me.
All right.
Right? So I think for me, the intention of the crew behind the scenes and setting us all up for success, those guys' willingness to listen when they're not necessarily the expert on the subject, it has created a really, really dope space, and I'm proud to be a part of it.
You brought it up, so I gotta ask you. I've asked everyone else. Unrivaled. How? I'll let you. Okay. How are you feeling about the Unrivaled League?
I really hope it's sustainable. The other night, last Friday, my husband and I were watching Unrivaled over the NBA game. We came back to it late. I think the Celtics made a comeback the other day. Anyway, I hope it's sustainable. I love the way there's raising the bar of expectation for women as athletes for so long. And I'm part of that generation. It was like, oh, I'm going to college for free, whatever we'll do. Yes, I'm going to college for free. And I also am worthy of the best facilities and the best support available because I'm working just as hard as the men. So I love the way that it's raising the bar. Yeah.
You have a team?
For who?
The Unrivaled.
No, I'm just watching. I'm neutral.
Every time I pick a team, they piss me off. Well, the Miss pissed me off for so many weeks, and now they're starting to get it together. But I don't have a team either. But I'm just happy.